Well, it's not been a labor for the Mud Hens of late. As we welcome in Matt Melzak from the Toledo Mud Hens. Matt, thank you for spending time on Labor Day with us.
Yeah, it's always my pleasure, Mark. I have no problem putting in the labor time to come over here and hang with you. But yeah, it has not been labor at all for the Mud Hens going back to August 1st. They've been in a different world.
Yeah, they just took 4-6 from the Iowa Cubs. We had a thriller on a Saturday. As you get call-ups, you get injuries. This team is still winning baseball.
It's amazing because I was talking with Anthony Iapoce early in the week, and I said to him, man, I'm telling you, I think this lineup, top to bottom, might be better than what we had at the beginning of the year. We're kind of just talking about that a little bit, and he's like, yeah, you know what? It is really deep right now. And sure enough, by the time the weekend, it wasn't as deep anymore with Wencel Perez getting hurt. Now he's on the IL. And then you turn around, you lose, you not only lose Lipsius, but then you turn around the next day and you lose Nevin out of that lineup. But yet this team continued to hit, and that constant top part of the lineup, Justin Henry Malloy had a heck of a week. Colt Keith nearly hit 500 for the week. Those two guys really catalyting that, lighting the fire of that engine for the Mud Hens to keep scoring runs. So they did, and they continue to score them in bunches and won a lot of games, 4 of them this week.
Colt Keith gets called up mid-year, and I think the idea was, it's going to take a while for him to adapt to AAA pitching. It took maybe 3 weeks, but he has found his stroke once again.
Yeah, he really has. And, I mean, you look at his numbers now. I mean, he's in the 40s in RBIs for the Mud Hens. He hasn't been up that long. Yet, there he is delivering and producing, and you could see why not only the Tigers are very high on him, but why Major League Baseball, when you look at MLB Pipeline or Baseball America or wherever you look, he's a top 50 prospect, maybe even top 30 in a lot of those. There's a reason why. I mean, he does everything very well. He's a pro hitter, and you can certainly see that. That's why when you got him in the lineup, and right now he's batting a lot right after Justin Henry Malloy, another pro hitter, you can just tell those guys that have played, it's a different thing.
Let me get my soapbox for a moment here. This past week we had a great time with this little Hockey Hall of Fame, seeing all the new inductees that'll be honored later on. Mud Hens, why don't we have a Toledo Baseball Hall of Fame?
Well, that's a great one that may need to come out. But if you look, there is a great history of baseball here in Toledo. As a matter of fact, Justin Henry Malloy now with 100 walks. He's only 12 away from catching Ham Hyatt for the most walks in a single season of 112, set back in 1920. Mud Hens baseball, so something to keep an eye on here. I mean, 100-walk season for him, over 20 homers, over 80 RBIs. What a year Justin Henry Malloy is having here at the AAA level. And I played third base a lot this week. I know they're working with him at that spot, and I think that's the spot that they hope he will fill at the major league level.
Because we've talked about this in the past with Malloy, that we were fairly certain that bat's going to hit at the major league level. It's finding a place for the glove, and that's also part of the Tigers' organizational philosophy. You've got to play more than one position.
Yeah, you do have to be a multi-position guy defensively. We're seeing that. Ryan Kreidler's been out in the outfield. Nick Maton was in the outfield this week. They're trying to get guys more comfortable playing multiple positions so that when you get to the major league level, if they've got to mix and match to get guys in the lineup, you don't want to have some pillars everywhere. It's fine in 1 or 2 spots, but you don't want to have them everywhere where you're stuck. We can only play this guy at this one position. They want to be able to move guys around. That way, in some aspects, when you look at what they're doing in the outfield, I mean, Riley Green's hurt right now. But you bring up Parker Meadows. Now, Meadows can slide into the center field spot some days. That gives Riley Green a bit of a break when he can go over to left or right field. So you're trying to, yes, you can, if you manipulate your lineup defensively and still get guys in the lineup, sometimes it's a break at different positions, and that's what you want. Instead of having a guy at the hot corner all the time, maybe you could flip him out in the outfield, and it gives him a break from having that intensity of the infield and the hot corner for a while.
One last homestand for the Hens. That's coming up. This week they're on the road as they go make that short trip to Indianapolis. Matt Melzak, thank you so much.
I appreciate it, Mark, as always.